Good morning. Valleycast. Joe, Elliot, Lee, Steve.
Short, simple, to the point.
To the point.
Punchy, as
Yeah.
they call it.
Point.
You kind of want to still dance, but you're not going to get
I
tired.
was dancing
Yeah.
already. I was feeling it.
That was. What did you think, Lee?
No. It's, okay.
Not you, Joe. What did you think, Lee?
Why do it?
Shh, Joe, stop. What did Lee think about it? Did you like it?
Yeah.
For all
was
you
real
audio listeners out there, Lee is sitting where I usually sit.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
sitting
the
where
joke.
Steve usually sits, and Hayden Beretta is sitting where Lee usually
Hi,
sits.
Hayden.
Hayden
He's
Beretta,
for
everybody.
How are you, Hayden?
Good.
Talking to the mic, daughter.
I
please.
like that because you're saying like, people are gonna think that you're 4 years old.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
reality,
you
you're
got
just
to
like
project with confidence.
How old are you, Hayden?
2.
Okay, 2.
Good
and
for you.
as a 2-year-old, you're about to head into what grade?
7th.
The 7th
Wow.
grade. So you're
Oh my
incredibly
God, Hayden,
advanced.
you're gonna go in 7th grade.
How do you feel? Are
She's
you,
on the acceleration path.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Are you excited? Or are you just like? Are you excited for summer to end and your new life as a 7th grader to start?
This is big.
Do you feel like a 7th grader yet? Do you feel like you are above those that are about to go into 6th grade?
Yeah, do you feel that way?
Or do you feel like you're still kind of a 6th grader? You
Yeah,
have dust
like
a
on
little bit off.
Do you
on
feel
the
cool?
hierarchy chain. Do you feel like you're allowed to
Yeah,
push
you're not a
people
peon
around now?
anymore. Can you
Okay.
push people around? You can push people.
Okay, we're going to
around.
talk in full sentences in just a moment.
She's like,
Guys, that intro was from Sprints on SoundCloud. He called it For Lovers of Weird. Thank you
Love
so
it.
much.
Oh, I like For Lovers of Weird is a very good, beautiful book.
Please go to the Reddits at the Valleyfolk. It is cute. At the Valleyfolk subreddit and submit your intros. We play a new one every friggin' episode.
We
This is episode
do.
80, by the way.
That kind of blows my mind that we've
Cool.
had 80 intros.
80 intros.
That's beautiful and a testament to all of our wonderful listeners and people.
Also, last week we were talking about to pass 4,600 patrons, and we
we did.
done it. And now we're inching closer to 5,000. When we get there, the patrons will decide what color my hair will be dyed, and I will dye it permanently.
love
that
it.
color.
I have been so
it'll be
excited
very
about this.
fun.
I don't know why I am so excited about it.
I'm excited. I
I'm
think it's gonna look
excited.
cool. It's just different. It's a nice.
Regardless,
I'm
you're
wanting
gonna
it to.
look
Please
great.
sign up because I just want it
Yeah.
to happen.
Yeah.
Regardless, you're going to look great with any hair color. If I
It'll
could
be
put
fun.
my 2 cents of what I want, I do genuinely want you to be Jared Leto green from
Oh, green. I
Just,
feel
yeah,
like
like neon,
like neon Joker
pulsating
green.
radioactive
Yes,
green.
That's
feel
what
like,
I want.
I feel like the people are going to pick a nice royal blue.
They're
like a sky
everyone's
blue.
been so nice.
Everyone's
yeah,
been so
it's gonna
kind.
be
They're like
very-
silver or like a beautiful teal. Teal would look good. We did an app the other day, and I
Yeah.
put up a bunch of
Yeah,
beautiful
yeah.
ones that looked
The teal
really
was
good
nice.
on him.
Hayden, what color would you say his hair should be? Talking
Yeah.
to the mic, sweetie.
Probably a blue or a green.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it'll
really
be fun.
bring out his eyes. I'm glad that you offered up yourself as tribute to be pushed into a thing that you're not comfortable with. I did that
Sad
with
yeah.
when I shaved my head. Always, my whole life wanted to shave my head and got real
When
scared.
did you shave your head?
Right before we
Smosh.
No, it was right before we kind of launched this endeavor.
Oh,
it was like in
yeah,
the
you
fall right
did.
before that. I shaved my head for a pilot of Epic How To.
Oh yeah.
And it was in like changing your identity.
Yeah,
so
you
they were
did
like
have-
for this pilot where
No,
they
it was
gave
how
me
to
like
fake your death.
how to fake your death was part of it because that was part
Good
of
job,
it.
Yeah.
Hayden.
So it was $250 to do the pilot.
Is this your manager?
Yeah.
She will be someday.
Yeah,
Nice,
good for
good.
you.
And they were like, "Oh, we know we're not really paying you, and there's no ownership over this, and no. But would you consider shaving your head?" And I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, why
Not a
not?"
problem.
Like
Yeah.
you're giving me the reason to try it for the first time because I was scared of like whatever
Totally, yeah.
lumps would be
Yeah.
over there and scars.
I
And
have
if it just
scars.
looked
I have so
funny.
many head scars.
I think I pulled it off a little bit. I don't know if
Yeah.
I'd do it again, but I think I pulled it off.
Yeah, I probably won't do it again after this. This is probably a once in a lifetime.
You might
Is it
fall
once
in
a
love with it,
lifetime?
man.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
What if you become that little angel that you're just like rainbow hair today?
Probably
yes,
not.
tomorrow.
Probably not.
No.
I can almost guarantee
can
won't happen.
guarantee
But
it will not.
it'll be fun in the meantime. Anyway, this is the Valleycast where we each bring a topic to the tables. Steve is out today dealing with apartment stuff that you probably heard a little bit about on our podcast with Raina. And Hayden is
What a
guesting.
nightmare journey he's on.
Yeah.
Not you.
Incredible
You're not a
nightmare.
nightmare. I mean, sometimes you're like, it started out out rough, but now we're great.
Yeah,
you and me
he's
are great.
He needs to like get a
Did
lawyer.
you hear that he started out
Oh,
rough?
Steve?
Yeah, yeah.
Or me?
Yeah. He needs to.
Your
he needs
Honor,
to get
I have
lawyer.
a child. Exhibit A.
I let her manage my career, and now
Oh, no.
she's taking
Exhibit B.
everything.
Points to coworkers.
So yeah, let's talk. Who has topics? You guys have
well,
topics?
have a topic.
we have Hayden here.
Yeah,
So
hi,
I
Hayden.
figured she probably doesn't want to be hanging out the whole time. But
That's
you
true.
brought it up at the beginning. Hey, she's about to enter 7th grade, and I feel like that's like a pivotal
It
moment.
is a pivotal
Yeah,
moment.
in growing up, and I think it's different for all of us. And let's talk about our 7th grade experiences, but also as much as you can. Let's talk
She's
about how you feel going into it, and we'll see if we can give
Yeah.
you some advice, things to stay away from, stuff like that. How are you feeling about going into school starting in like two weeks?
That's crazy.
2 weeks.
I wish the summer was a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because every year they keep shortening the break by a week.
Like you're not gonna notice.
Yeah, you notice.
Like y'all are
You
just gonna
fully
be like,
notice.
I don't know, it feels shorter, but
A
yeah,
friend
they
of
know
mine
what they're
posted
doing.
on Facebook. She was like, first day of school, and it was like yesterday. I was like, what
Yeah.
is this? This is July.
Some of those little shits over in Arizona, some of Hayden's friends, are starting on the 1st of August.
That's
And it's
awful.
a Thursday.
Yeah.
That's awful.
And
That's
a
so
Thursday?
mean to do.
Where's the
The
logic?
Thursday thing
Where's
I
the
like
line?
though. The Thursday
You
thing
like
sounds
starting
cool.
on a Thursday.
I would like to know that tomorrow is Friday all the time. If every day could be a Thursday, that's nice.
Yeah,
but
Oh
are
my
you?
God, that's your song in your musical. If
Every day.
could be
What
a
are you
Thursday.
What are you excited about for 7th
Yeah.
grade?
7th grade.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hayden said she's not doing choir this year. You're doing Spanish this
Yeah.
year? Yeah. That's a good call. You'll need the Spanish more than you'll need the choir.
I'm
just
a
gonna tell you.
little miffed at the fact that she's not going to have as much art in
Yeah.
her life on a daily basis,
Sure.
like music,
There's high
because
school.
that helps with math and
Yeah, of
and
course.
opens up different pathways in the brain. But she has downloaded that Duolingo app,
Yeah.
way last year during school, and she's been kind of teaching herself
Nice.
on her own. So she's expanding other parts of the brain, which is cool.
I want to do that.
language
I'm gonna
part.
start doing that. That's a good idea.
It's
Duolingo. is what you said?
Duolingo, yeah, it's great. I stopped off on it, but I need to get back into it because Delman and I how we talk trash on people is through Swedish. We'll be like, oh my god, tita, ost. Ost means cheese, so it'll be like ost, tita, which means look, and it's like bakom jag is like in the back of you, so it's how we instead of being like,
Yeah.
look behind you, there's a weird man. It's a better way to be like, look, oh my god, there it is. It helped a
Swedish
lot.
would be a fun one.
Swedish
on
is
that
a real fun. He speaks fluent Swedish, but it's also really fun because there was a
Delman
man.
lingo.
There was a man with a tiara hat at Costco, and I was like, an old man that I don't think he knew his baseball cap had a tiara on it, and I was like, you have to see
That's
this.
funny.
It's very helpful in those instances.
I signed up last night for the first time for Ancestry.com. I did the
Oh
the
my god,
free
I
trial
can't wait.
because I'm convinced that and I'm not really convinced. It's just fun to imagine it. But I think me and Mamrie Hart's boyfriend are somehow related.
Oh, you and Chip?
Yeah, because Chip's last name is Morgan. He
Morgan.
also has family from North Florida, and I also have family from North Florida. And I
Ooh.
feel like we
This
just
is good. You
our
got to get
branches
down to the
separated.
bottom of it.
I'm going to, and I'm going to figure it out because Mamrie, and then Mamrie Hart has the same last name as
Hannah
Hannah,
Hart.
but that's also the same last name as my mom, and so I'm both
Wait,
a
your
Hart.
mom's last name is Hart?
Yeah, Hart. And so when my mom was a Hart, she married a Morgan and became a Morgan. And if Mamrie happens, if Mamrie and Chip ever end up getting married, which I don't know what they're, if they're
She's
going
going
to,
to keep
but
being Mamrie Hart. You
yeah,
have to.
But
That's
it
how
would
that
still
works.
be like a Hart marrying a Morgan, and it's very because then I'm like, oh well, I'm like half Hart, and I'm like half Hart and half Morgan.
You
And so
might literally be
if
the
I'm
love
not
child of
related to
Chip and
Chip,
Mamrie,
I
yeah.
might be related to still
Well,
related.
you
to
know what?
Mamrie.
You'll only know
So
if
it's
you
real
can
fun.
give a kidney.
When
so.
you're around Chip, do you have that long lost twin feeling? Is there like a psychic connection? Do you guys finish each other's senses?
You
Are
can
you
say
his
no.
Dale?
You can say no.
He cuddles
You know
pretty
that
well. He cuddles
Dell already
differently
wanted
than I'm
to
used
do that. Dell was like Chip and Dale.
Yeah, it's but that's I'm excited just to go through and see the ancestors. But the Duolingo
Yeah.
thing sounds
What if
nice
you
too.
and hear me out? What if you find out some terrible news, like you're related to Nicolas Cage or something?
Well, that wouldn't be terrible.
yeah,
Yeah, and
But
when does he find out the terrible
I-
news in this scenario? I mean,
Well,
that's
I've
Yeah.
always wanted to know. Do you
No.
think we should reach out for a sponsorship thing just so we can do a video on this is what I found out?
Oh no, no, I
you
don't
don't
think the amount.
I
I've seen
guess-
how long it takes us to
have
get
you
Yes,
sponsors.
it's
have you
true.
have you dabbled with it at all?
Not really. I mean, maybe when I was like 20 or something. But
I dabbled. The only thing
Yeah.
that sucks, and this is honest to God true, is that it was a different time back in the day. So if you really try and deep dive into anyone's history, you're like, oh, this is awful.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
It's
full.
It's surprising how much
awfulness.
they have on there too, like the
Yes,
actual
it
documents
is.
that you go through. Because I had my dad over,
Heck,
and
yeah.
he was like, I'm kind of worried about forgetting some of the history. So like, let's just do it. Let's get Ancestry for a month, and
Yeah.
we spent 2 nights while he was visiting, just kind of going through it all. And it's fascinating.
It is
the pictures,
fascinating.
the old documents and stuff. And
Really?
if you're lucky, you do find a couple strains on that website that you can follow.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
it's
worry.
nice.
I'm not worried. I think my curiosity will not outlast the free trial period. I think in 2 weeks I'm gonna be like, all right.
You just got to yeah. If you
I get it.
if you
Curiosity
connect
is
to the
2
old
weeks
credit
long.
card, that's how they get you because you forget about it.
My brother did the my brother exactly, yeah. And I'm gonna set a reminder and be like, but I say that I probably won't.
Yeah,
They'll probably
yeah.
end up charging me.
You'll turn that off.
I'm probably gonna be a lifetime member of
Yep.
Ancestry.com. But
We got to get a sponsorship. That's
yeah,
how
we have to get a sponsor. Yeah, I what was I gonna say?
brother.
Oh yeah, he took the DNA test, and you know how everyone says they have like a 0.1% like sub-Saharan
Genghis
Africa.
Khan, yeah, or
Yeah.
something.
We didn't have any, and I was like, oh, we are the
You are
widest
the
people.
widest people, yeah.
And I
Like
think
everyone
that's
has a
very
little bit of Genghis Khan in there somehow. 'Cause of
That's
all
what
the
they
race
say.
melody.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've done
Oh,
the.
I got a little bit of Genghis Khan.
We did it for our dogs, and it was real,
Yeah.
and it's like real deal, and that's not a joke.
It
That
turns
was-
out
I
they
think it
are
was-
adopted.
It's-
They are not your biological
Turns out
children.
not my biological. It's a little
Has anybody
frustrating
done
because I
that?
think we still look so much like Delman.
Yeah.
Has anybody just taken like vials of dog drool and sent them to those human DNA ones just to mess with them? Like,
No, that'd be very
That
fun.
is
instead
a
of filling
good-
it up with spit, just
German.
Oh my God,
oh
you're
no, sorry,
Shih
German
Tzu.
Shepherd.
German Shepherd.
Oh,
okay, and there's a little bit of
Yeah.
Genghis Khan.
Sorry to derail, Hayden. What are you worried about, if anything?
So yeah, we know that you're
I mean,
excited
that's
about
heavy
Spanish.
question.
Yeah, you got
Spanish you're
Spanish. It is a
excited
heavy
about.
question, yeah, and you can talk as little or as much as you would like about these subjects.
We're gonna badger you.
and then take the conversation elsewhere
Yep.
immediately.
Yes.
And make it about us.
7th grade's rad. I need you to know that. I really like 7th grade. I liked 6th grade a lot, but then like by 7th grade I was like ready and like I don't know. I miss those times because it's before you get into high school, and high school it comes with its own whatever. So it's the only time you can actually be like, I'm here to learn. I'm here to play. It's rad.
I was remarking to Elliot earlier in front of Hayden that when I entered 7th grade, so Hayden's school is a 6th, 7th, 8th junior high.
Yeah, that was mine too.
So she entered junior high what I feel like when I still felt like I was a kid, right? But then when I entered 7th and I had that very like that demarcation line between 6th and 7th grade, 7th and you're still a baby to me, but I felt like an adult. I felt like
Do you feel like an adult?
I was smarter than everybody and I was starting to become more independent. How do you feel? Do you feel more independent and adult-like?
No.
No, not at all. Not at all. No, absolutely not. But you can like cook toast now. You're doing that. Yeah. So you can manage a toast. You can do that.
Earlier, we were me and Jackson were in the kitchen doing our thing and just
Shout out
making
to
some
Jackson.
meals. And I was like, "Do you want any of this steak?" Because I made steak carne asada the other night, and he was like, "No." And I was like, "You don't want to eat cow?" He's like, "No, I don't want to eat cow." I was like, "Do you know what you're eating when you eat a hamburger?" He was like, "No." And I was like, "You're eating a cow." And he's like, "No, I'm not." And I was like, "Yeah, you are. You're eating a cow." And then Hayden, I just hear her voice from down the hall go, "Yeah, you are, Jackson. You're eating a cow." And then Jackson was like, "Nuh-uh." And I went in and I was talking to Hayden. And I was like, "Some people just can't handle the truth this early on. And it's not really anybody's fault, and it's all part of
Because
the
he
process."
doesn't want to eat a cow.
Yeah, because he doesn't. He's in denial about the fact that he has
Yeah,
eaten cows.
I mean, I did that with
And
chicken nuggets for years.
Yeah, I told Jackson. I think it's a problem actually when you're like. I remember learning that a hamburger was a cow after I had grown accustomed to loving McDonald's hamburgers.
Yep.
And I think
Yeah.
that messes with
Then
you.
they
growing up.
got you.
Then they got you.
Yeah, I'm
Then
hooked.
they get you real
And
good.
I'm in hook, line, and sinker. This
Give
is
me some moo moo boo boo.
yeah.
I'm still
but,
in.
I was
Still in.
I was talking to Jackson. I was like, "Yeah, you know how many cows? You probably dozens of cows." And then it took everything in me not to be like dozens of sweet cows. Innocent cows that didn't even see it coming.
I don't think dozens though.
You're
if you look
eating
at a
their
whole
pain,
cow,
Jackson.
I mean, he does eat a
Well,
lot, but I
I'm
don't
thinking
think it's like
not whole cows, but I'm thinking in terms of how many cows he's probably sampled from.
Oh yeah.
so from that, it's way more than dozens.
Yeah, more than
You
you,
can
would
take
think.
a hamburger out of a
You know?
cow, and
But
they
you
won't
can't
even
take the
notice.
cow out of a hamburger.
You're getting media
This
training on the fly, so here we go. We're going to take the topic to something that's a little bit more interesting to you. Stranger Things season 3.
Oh, that's a good call.
I
There you
just
go.
started watching the
Use
first
that
episode.
voice box.
That's fun.
Look at her. She's just
She's smiling, everybody. What do you think? Give us your
Did you have a good time?
Give us your 1
Yeah.
minute review of Stranger Things season 3. No spoilers. Go.
That's impossible.
Just give us some words.
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 Okay.
Did you like it?
I
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your
What do you-
favorite
What
stuff?
was your favorite part? Yeah.
The first and last episode.
There you go. I mean, she's doing a good
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
She can't.
The first
spoil
episode's
it.
been pretty fun so far. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Who out of all the
That's my
boys
hot
do you
take.
think is the cutest? I know.
She's not
I
there
went
yet.
way
She's
with it.
she's a 7th grader with a 5th grader's mental mentality about that
proclivity
stuff.
towards boys.
Yeah.
Good for you, Hayden. Avoid him as long as you can because I didn't. God knows I was in love with Blair Platt in 7th grade. And what is he doing now? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I've
Lee
looked.
got knocked
I've
up
looked
when
on
she was 5
everything.
Hayden, I would contend that season 3 is better than season 2.
I would contend
Yeah.
as well. I
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
completely. I think they could have skipped season 2. and I
Season
would
2
have
was
been
boring.
perfectly- perfectly all right with it just being. I think they
Yeah.
felt like they had to put stuff out, but like if they went from 1 to 3, I would have been fine with it.
So this is interesting. You know how we all have these things that define our generation.
Yeah.
During the time that we are that generation.
Sure.
Stranger Things is that for them. She is nuts for it. It's her first rabid fandom.
I was
Cool,
wondering.
cool,
I was
cool.
wondering because I went to Target and I was like, "There's so many Stranger Things there," and I was like,
I wanted
"Is
all
this
of it.
real?"
See?
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
I would literally was like, "Why?" But I'm my age, being like, "Why are they doing this?" And then I realized, like, when we did like Jurassic Park, when Jurassic Park came out, I wanted everything Jurassic Park. I don't know why that was it for me, but it was it for me.
I mean, it made total sense. And
Yeah.
it's kind of it's a taste making show for
Mm-hmm.
this generation as well. Because check this out, Hayden, if you could live in any era, when would it be?
80s.
Bam.
go.
Yeah.
Because
that
of that
makes
show,
That's a good
straight
call.
up. And she thinks monsters.
Well, it's kind of like how Weird Al became
Monsters do
like the
exist.
way the Weird Al parodies became the way I learned about old music. I never.
Yeah,
and I feel
that's
like
true.
I hear you listening to like the stuff that's like old now, and I bet it has something to do with this Stranger Things
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. All right.
yeah,
My
there's this.
suspicions were correct.
Yeah, there's this
sense.
incredible.
But now we get to like dress you in 80s stuff, and you're like,
She
cool.
wants it.
All
Yeah.
right,
She wants
that's
the
good.
pattern.
That's
She
good to
wants a
know.
Saved
Cool.
by the Bell print.
That's rad.
That's so funny that you say that, Elliot, because she's singing the Never Ending Story song nonstop.
Yeah.
It plays a pivotal role in that series. I won't say what happens and why.
Falcor dies.
But I showed her Never Ending Story like a week before
And nothing?
Stranger Things,
Did
and
you
I was
feel
like
it all?
jamming on that song, and she kind of gave me that like, this song's dumb, Dad. Look,
Mm-hmm.
and then happens in Stranger Things 3, and now it's okay, and
But
now
don't
she
you,
won't
that's
stop
always
singing.
how
it.
that is.
funny.
That's always
Yeah.
like my dad taught us so much about like Simon and Garfunkel. Everything's so
up your
wonderful.
playlist.
But
Which one?
then
The Stranger-
oh wow.
yeah, keep going.
My
Cool.
Stranger Things playlist?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But like it was one of those like he taught us everything and we were like, this is lame. But now I was like this age, I'm just like they feel a deeper level.
Wait, what do you want me to play?
Just don't play anything. Just
Yeah,
bring
we
up
don't
the
have the
list so I
rights,
can
Kate.
see
We
it.
don't have the rights.
So let me see this. And the other thing is, we'll be riding in the car, listening to some Sirius FM,
Mm-hmm.
and then she'll scream "change it" anytime there's anything before 2002 that she's
not
never
true.
heard before. Mostly true.
Don't argue
this
with
is
your
all-
father, Hayden.
This is all never.
Hayden, don't argue with your
But
father.
because these songs have been on Stranger Things 3, she's now rocking out to "Should I Stay or Should I Go"
This
by
is
The
ins-
Clash.
this is-
It's pretty cool.
Which is awesome, and Jim Croce. You don't mess
Croce,
around with
really?
Jim.
Oh wow, the Duffer Brothers are saving the youth.
Yeah, they
Jefferson
are.
Airplane, Dolly Parton, Devo. So it's opening her up to a bunch of new
Yeah.
music, and I think that's really cool.
that
and
is how it's supposed to be
I
done.
need
That's
to
cool.
now get in Stranger Things season 4. That's what I need to be in, so my daughter loves me again.
Do you think that'll work, or do you think that's going to turn you off to it? Do you think you'll be like, oh, never mind, it
Again?
used to be cool?
I don't know.
Yeah, see, that's how that works. Oh, I guess it used to be cool. My dad's in it now.
Is our new camera still on, Kate? That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, we're filming with a new camera
We
today.
are filming with the new camera today, and it's very exciting. Hey, do you remember when the Valleyfolk was cool before your dad was in it?
All right, monosyllabic answers. That's what we're getting from you. Here we go. Lightning round. Braces. Cool?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. She likes
okay.
braces. Well, who's your favorite character in Stranger Things?
Steve.
Wow,
Steve.
that's a
Steve's a
babe.
dreamboat.
He's a babe
He's
and
got
a
a-
half.
he's
I
got a
get
For
it
those,
fully.
I know that Stranger Things is coming back into the zeitgeist whenever I start getting mentions about looking like Steve from Stranger Things. And I met Joe Keery at a bar when we were
In Toronto.
Oh yeah,
Canada,
we were in
yeah.
Canada.
And I was like wanting to get a photo with him, and then he ran off into the night.
He was like, that guy wants a photo. Peace.
Yeah, and
That
I
guy
was
looks
like,
like me.
oh, I was like, I really
Smoke bomb.
and there's been other times where I've missed him by like 2 seconds at other events
At his
and,
house.
at his house, and it's weird because like I know what car he drives.
Monica,
I know
you
how to
what
get
I
in the
think you
back
should
seat,
do?
but he never asks me like what I want to listen
Yeah,
to. I don't think he
yeah.
knows I'm in the back seat. Anyway,
I think you should go on Ancestry.com and see if you're related.
yeah, wouldn't that be a treasure?
Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Come on, Hayden.
Oh, Greatest Showman.
Greatest
Okay,
Showman.
good.
That's good.
Great, Greatest Showman.
Okay.
Favorite band or musician right now?
It's tough. It is tough.
It's hard to probably define bands.
Halsey?
Well, song.
Okay, Halsey.
Nice.
Okay.
Good
There she
choice.
goes.
Yeah.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Yeah.
Boo?
Boo.
Boo.
Blue.
Blue. All right. Favorite food?
Popcorn.
Out of all the foods?
Yeah, she's a popcorn
And
fiend.
you
It's
have
not-
braces?
Yeah.
You're in trouble,
It's not
kid.
good.
Oh, you're bored and
are
you're
in
looking for an
trouble.
activity.
Yeah.
You just want something to pick out of your teeth for half an hour.
Favorite summer activity that you've done?
Swimming.
Yeah, good job.
All right.
That's
well,
good.
thank you for joining us.
Wow.
Before
Thank you
you
for joining us,
go,
Hayden.
would you like to provide one piece of advice to our audience that will change their lives forever?
Well, and keep in mind, Hayden, most people listening to this are about to also enter 7th grade. So
Yes, this is
if you
true.
could give them advice that could help them on their journey, that would be very helpful. Or any kind of advice.
Watch Stranger Things.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Excellent. Wow, you've been
And-
listening to this
and-
podcast. That's all we do.
And the Valley folk. and the Valley folk. Watch Stranger Things at the Valley folk. Well,
Thank
there we
you.
go.
Great.
Good job. Excellent job.
thank
You don't
you.
have to leave.
You can
if
hang out or you
yeah.
can go. It's up to you. I just know it was painful for you.
It's difficult to be in.
You know what else we've been doing? You can chime in or you can not. We've been watching Stranger Things. That's funny. Queer Eye season 4.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
Oh my God, it's so good.
It's so I haven't seen it.
I watched
but
one
love-
episode. I haven't watched the.
It's better than season 3.
cry?
I'm crying. Yes.
You
The people
cry?
they got. Oh, it's great. There's some good redemption stories
Yeah,
of character.
it's a good cry.
Cool.
Man, it's amazing.
I watched one, but I didn't like it. I forget what it was. It seemed a little forced. It was like the first episode of the new season. And
I
it
haven't
seemed a
seen
little
it.
bit like they knew what they were.
I've been slacking on TV
Yeah.
lately. It makes me
Yeah?
sad. Yeah, because you know how much I love television.
I heard a little rumor that Anthony is with Jonathan.
No, that was
interesting.
a full internet joke thing.
Was
they did
it?
150,000%.
I'm picking up little ticks when I'm watching the show now. I'm like,
no.
maybe
They did a whole thing where they came. They like did like a bit where they kissed for the 4th of July, and it was a whole thing. Trust me, I follow both of them deeply on Instagram.
I don't like, Joe, how you're just assuming that they're gay.
Yeah.
All right, what topics you guys got?
I got one, but you guys have kind of heard it, but I'm going to talk about it because I had so much fun. Over last week, my mom is a kind of an adventure seeker. She is that person to an extent, but she always has been kind of like, you know, the ballsy one in the family that's like, we're just going to go to the edge of this. We're just going to jump off this. She's always that person.
Suicidal.
Thank God for her. Yeah, absolutely.
She keeps jumping off a really high
She's
thing.
like,
Yeah,
and then she
that's
just
a cry
says,
for help.
remember me as she goes down.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault. This is about me. But she, the whole time, I guess she took my dad a couple years ago. She was like, I want to go whitewater rafting. We're doing this. And they're like in their 60s. But she was like, I want to do this. We're going whitewater rafting. And then like didn't really tell my dad what they were doing that day. Just kind of like took him and went. And then like as he was going up, he was like, no, this is terrifying. And she was like, we paid the money. We're doing this. Like
We're
this is
going
how this
whitewater
works.
rafting.
Yeah, it's just kind of like
It's done.
it's not an option. But then he did it and he like loved it. So
It's
then
so much fun. It's scary, too.
Super scary.
Yeah.
But so
Makes
then
you
she's
feel
like
alive.
pushing all of us kids
Off of the boat.
off of the boat. She's like ready to do it. But she kept being like, we're going. So finally she just booked it. She just was like, hey, these are the dates. You're coming. And it
Way
was
to
kind of
go,
one of those,
Mom.
way to go, Mom. It was because all of us
Yeah.
were like, I don't know. But she was just like, we're going. This is how it is. It's the most fun you're going to have. I promise. It'll be amazing. So we're all nervous. Like we're driving up. Della and I are
bet,
like,
yeah.
you know, and Della is such a worrier too. But we're just like, oh, what am I going to do? Like, no, he was like, but then we're like, well, my mom did it. Like, like, you know, it's like, this isn't,
You
if
got
my
to.
mom and dad did it, like, we have to we have to do it. So we got there, and it's like the Merced River, it's the one that goes through Yosemite, and it's very beautiful, but it is scary. It's genuinely, so class 5, I think, is what at least this is what
Those
we
are
were
the
told.
big ones. Those are the ones that Meryl Streep is super afraid of
Yes,
during
those
the
are ones that
climactic
Kevin
run
Bacon-
in A River Wild.
It's also the thing that Helen Hunt is trying to put the little tiny cameras in the middle of to finally understand how
think that's a
category.
tornado.
Well,
Yeah.
a tornado is the air,
air.
whitewater rapids of the sky.
Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows that. Everyone knows it.
And Kevin Bacon is the Bill Paxton of A River Wild.
Yes.
Wow, that is true. That's
It's actually
the more
not true. The tornado is
The Kevin
Bacon.
It's like that meme with the math figures in front of it.
Hold on. But no, so we get there and we're like, we're gonna do this. We get this amazing river guide. She's kind of like the head honcho. She's the head. Like we get there, there's a bunch of people, and she kind of like goes, you go with him, you go with Scooter, you go with so and so. I mean, all of them had names like Scooter and like Brick, you know. But like she was like, you go with him, you go with him. And then she was like the head honcho, and she was like, you guys are coming with me, and we're like, yay, because she was like, yeah, genuinely, I was like, oh, you're the expert.
We like the one that's confident.
Yeah, and then I think she saw like my brother, who's been like, he was recently at about 25 pounds of muscle to him by doing aggressive lifting, and Dell, and she was like, oh, these two can actually navigate a boat. And then there's like me and my sister-in-law are like, hi, in the back.
We'll sit in the back.
Yeah, they were just like, you have an oar, but it's ridiculous, and you will be useless the whole time.
Your brother and Delman just got married, and you guys were the tin cans on the back of the
we
car
were
just bouncing.
100%. Yes, we were
Celebrating.
100% that.
That's
we
great.
were fully
Good.
useless.
Yes.
Yes, good.
I like
yes.
what you said.
Podcast.
But no, we got in and it was like super exciting. So class 5 is like Niagara Falls type style, like heavy intensity. But we did class 4, like up to class 4, and within we got in the boat and she goes, okay, about 20 seconds down the river, there's a class 4 rapid, and we're like, okay. And so we did it, and it was like, I mean, I can talk about it forever, but it was so much fun. It was genuinely like there were very terrifying moments. The second that we went down, then we had to wait for the other boats because we had like the mama bear girl. One of the girls falls out in a class 4 rapid, like falls out, and it not to
She's
be
dead.
avoided. It genuinely was, especially because this girl, and I kind of want to be her someday. She like sleeps outside all summer. She just runs rapids. That's what she does. She like told us that she like is a ski instructor in the winter, a rapid person during the summer.
Lee, that was an elk.
I love her. I don't know. I literally, at the end of it, I was like, "What's your story? Are you single?" Like it was very much. Like, but she was really she was like
you
a
live
full
outside,
badass.
you sit on your eggs.
You sit on your eggs, or what do you do? But she was like full badass. But like she was so chill the entire time. But at that beginning point, like a girl pops out in a class 4 rapid, and she goes, "Oh no!" And we're in the boat, and we're just like, and she's like, and then the girl ends up getting back in the boat, and it turned out okay. It was fine. And then like as we're rowing, she's so kind of stoner chill, and she's like, "Okay, let's keep going. Hey, just so you guys know, where she fell is the absolute worst place for her to fall the entire way." Okay.
That's really
like,
funny.
It was a very funny, like.
I wish she'd turned around and been like, "Pride cometh before the waterfall."
And then she high fives herself.
and then she just-
And then she's
she
got to pick up her
dives
oar.
into the river.
She also like it was such a moment.
just a
'cause
fish.
She's a full fish. There
Pride
was
cometh
also
before the waterfall.
there was a bee on me at one point. Like on a point, I was like, "Oh my god!" There's this bee just climbing on me, and I was like,
Was
"Oh my
that
God,"
your
I'm like-
reaction?
I literally was like, "No!" I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "There's a bee on me." I was like, "Do I flick it off?" And she goes, "No!" And she like reaches her hand down and grabs the bee, and then like continues rowing as the bee's on her finger, and then like ends up putting the bee on her shoulder, and she's like, "He's just a little waterlogged. He'll fly away." And the bee flew away, and I was like, "Who is this water
That's
princess
amazing.
that I'm in love with?"
Elliot, have you ever whitewater rafted?
Yes, I have.
It's like I don't get super nervous or scared by a bunch of stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like I'm used to doing that, cliff jumping. Whitewater rapids and rafting, it fills me up with
yes.
that sense of fear that I
Yeah.
don't get very often, because when you build up to those level 4s and those level 5s, you're just cruising along. It's fine. And then
Yes.
just like every cartoon you've seen of like Wile E. Coyote in a river, all of a
Yeah.
sudden you're going faster. And you're going faster, and
Well,
you know
and
something's
hear it,
coming.
Like we were
you
just having
hear
it was
it.
such a
Yeah.
chill.
Yep.
There's so many chill moments of just like coasting. It's beautiful scenery around you, and you're just like,
And
"Oh
then
my god, this is amazing!" And then you're just
Everything
going,
changes.
and you're just like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, like it's coming."
And it's fun and it's exhilarating, but when you're going through
Oh,
them,
yeah.
you're just like you said, you're powerless. You're like,
Yeah.
I could die.
Yes,
I
fully,
could die. And then you're out and you're like back to that just chillness again.
It was like
I
3
feel like-
hours of adrenaline rush, but it was rad and awesome, and I immediately wanted to do it again.
Yeah, I'm sure it was so much fun. I would love to do it. I think my fear in the back of my mind is that I will, not unlike a rag doll, bounce completely out. Like it won't be like I won't fall.
Yes.
I will like like one of those inflatable houses
fly,
with castles.
yes.
It'll
project you.
It will like
Yes.
a blob at summer camp, you know, when you do the thing. That's what I think will happen, and I will
We only
get
lost
air,
one
and I'll look like a.
There's
Really?
somebody always falls
like,
out.
no, someone always falls out, but we
Always.
lost one where it was Heather, and it was like it happened so quick and so insane. It was my sister-in-law, and it wasn't like
No, it was
nothing
Joe's wife.
It was Joe's wife, Heather. But no, it was like such a quick thing that you were just like, we were just riding along, and it was just like boop, like hit a rock, and she
Yeah.
was just like blah, and she
Yeah.
like
Yep.
flew out. But again, luckily we had like my brother just like lifted her by one shoulder, and she's also like 12 pounds, but it was just like a yoink, and it was so insane.
That was one of those summer jobs in the area that I grew up. We had Glacier National
yeah,
Park had whitewater
yeah.
rapids that people could do. So our 15 to 18 and people that came back from college year-olds would do guiding for the
Yes.
summer, right? So again, just like I was a
Fun.
15-year-old lifeguard at the water slide park, like young kids in charge of everybody. But they know what they're doing. It's great.
Yeah.
So we'd go up there and get to whitewater raft for free sometimes and just experience
So
the
cool.
river. And one of the things that was here, or there, I should say, is you could stop. They would pull over the boat, and there was this rock in the middle of the river, and you would have your life jacket on,
Yeah.
and we would do this thing where you would jump straight into this eddy. It was kind
It's
of
called
like an
yeah,
eddy.
yeah.
Might not have been an eddy, but you would go down as far as you could under the water of this raging river, and you would catch an
Yes,
Turn-
undercurrent, yeah.
and it would just shoot you out 20 feet down the river. And I was young enough where I was like, yeah. I'll do that. Just assuming it was going to be fine
Yeah.
every single time. And it was, but now I look back and I'm like, that's insane.
That's so dumb.
That's
yeah.
so dangerous.
Well, and we
And
did
I'd
it.
still do it.
My mom was saying, because we are like, I mean, you know, I am a thrill seeker to a point. Obviously, in my older age, I've definitely become way more, and I hate that side of me that like is like,
You're thrill curious.
I'm thrill curious. I'm not a thrill seeker. I'm thrill curious. But I definitely hate that side of me that like I used to be the kid that was just like not even look before I leap, fully just jumping. And my mom said it was terrifying because it would be like just like that cliff that'd be like, oh, no, rocks below, you know, like fully that. But this was definitely one of those where the lady was like, hey, so this part is like definitely you can swim these rapids. And all four of us were like, bloop, like just like, bloop. So that happened immediately of just being like jumping out and being like, yeah. But it was rad. I would suggest anyone to do it because it was super, super, super cool. And just, I don't know, we had a great time. But I would do it immediately again. And also, it was kind of one of those things where I was like, oh, I should do more things like this because it was very obvious that she was so well trained that,
Yeah.
like, you know, it's like those things
living
where,
life.
again, a couple years ago, we took Elliot to the river in Yosemite, and against all sheriff's warnings, against all signage, against all everything, where they were like, you need a life jacket, do not go behind this point. We were assholes, and we went in a river. Now,
you need a life jacket, you fucking fuzz. Fuck off. We're gonna
Now,
drink beer and we're gonna have a good
I
time.
am positive that we are on class 3-4 rapids the entire
Just in your
time.
little tubes?
In our tubes, in our inner tubes, sans life jackets and helmets.
Oh, good job, guys.
Oh, we were idiots. Now that I look back at it, and it was terrifying. It was one of the more terrifying things.
I don't recall it being terrifying, but there were moments of legitimate fear.
Fear, yes.
Yeah, like oh, this is actually a dangerous
We're-
scenario that we have found. There's a pickle. We found ourselves in a pickle.
The whole time, normally,
A river pickle.
It takes like 3 hours normally to coast down that river. The water was so hard that year that it took an hour. It took a full hour.
Yeah.
And we were terrified. But now I was like, oh, I should do things now with instructors.
You know, the
Like,
thing,
I'm
Yes,
good
the
with
ones
that.
that know
The
what
ones
they're
that know what
doing.
they're
that always
doing.
helps, right?
It does
Somebody
help.
that's an expert in something,
Yeah.
having them around in the thing that you're doing, that's great. You know what the thing about whitewater rafting is that your clothes get wet. So
Yeah.
today I'd like to talk to you about Stitch Fix.
Oh my God. Oh, I didn't know where he was
no,
going.
tell me more.
I will. Guys, describe your look in
God.
one
Kate
word.
gave
Casual,
you a
I'm gonna turn that down a
guffaw.
little
Kate,
bit.
sophisticated.
If you could see Kate's face, she rolled her eyes so deeply in the back
Playful.
of her head that
However
they
you
might be
dress,
down the street right
Stitch
now.
Fix has the expert personal stylist that can help you look your best. Personal styles like a fingerprint, everybody. Everyone has their own. Whatever your style, the expert stylists at Stitch Fix are ready to help you express yourself. Not all clothes are a fit for all men or women. With Stitch Fix, your personal stylist will send you clothing that makes you look your best. Less one size fits all, more this fits your style. And quick tangent off of the words that are on the page. It's true. I recently I woke up and I was like, I'm going to use Stitch Fix better. And I just said, I want this type of shirt, a cardigan, another cardigan, and a white pair of shoes with a little bit of color. And they did it.
Yeah.
You just gotta be
They're
assertive. Be assertive. Get what you want.
If there's something
know?
you want, absolutely, you have to be like. And also, it's very helpful too to be like, I don't like this.
Yeah, that's it.
Like,
So you can
just-
either tell them what you want and they pretty much deliver, or you can do what I did in the past and just be a little bit more brave and say, hey, send me some stuff, and I found some new style that way. So,
Yeah, I asked for like casual wear one time. I was like, I just want like t-shirts and sweatpants, and they sent that. It was real
yeah,
nice.
it's
It's
good.
real nice, real nice, good stuff.
They listen. It turns
Yeah,
out
they
when
do.
they're like personal stylists, they
Yeah.
mean it's very nice.
So if you guys are interested to get started, go to stitchfix.com/. Ooh, hold on. Valley is what it is. /Valley and get an extra 25% off when you keep everything in your box. There's no commitment required and you only pay for what you keep. Shipping, exchanges, and returns are always free. Plus, the $20 styling fee is automatically applied towards anything you keep from your box. You'll never have to think about looking good again with Stitch
Never.
Fix. And if you got those wet clothes from whitewater rafting,
true.
call back, you're set.
Oh my
All right,
God.
guys, stitchfix.com/valley.
That being said, I will say that they took a lot of pictures along the way, and my brother was making fun of me because quite literally in every single photo, my mouth is open, and I'm like, ah, like in the best way.
Your
like
mouth
I'm
was
literally
open?
smile. Yes, I got Giardia.
Do you know what's in a mouth?
Giardia. Wow. Way to
Giardia
drop
and
a
teeth.
Yeah.
river-dwelling parasitely.
And when there's
Thank
teeth in
you,
your
buddy.
mouth,
Yeah.
segue to Elliot.
when there's
Oh.
teeth in your mouth?
Let me tell you guys a little bit something about something.
Okay, good. My God.
Here's the thing.
Oh, here
am
it
I
is.
on the right one?
No.
Here it is. I found it. I know the term because it's the cue that says sensitive sonic vibrations.
There
Guys,
we
listen.
are, baby.
Oh,
Here's the deal.
my God.
SensitiveSonicVibrations.com.
Kate, again, we need a Kate cam.
Listen, we aren't the first to say this. Sometimes we need a vacation from our vacation. Delayed flights, hotel snafus, chatty travel companions. Get away for 2 minutes twice a day with Quip. That's right. It's a toothbrush that will actually make you feel better throughout the day. I've noticed I'm brushing my teeth more now with
your Quip.
And I don't know if that's just me becoming an adult or the product itself, but either way, it's benefiting my life. The wireless electronic toothbrush is lightweight and compact, so it packs away easily in your tote or carry-on. When you overstuff your luggage, it happens to all of us. Plus, the timed sonic vibrations give you a meditative break from that jam-packed itinerary, even if it's just between moving from the hammock to the pool chair. They're really painting a beautiful, idyllic image for you guys here, and it can all happen in your mouth with Quip, the toothbrush. When it's finally time to go home, keep staycationing with a fresh and simple health routine, all right? They got sensitive sonic vibrations for an effective clean. It's gentle on your gums because people brush too hard sometimes. Some electric toothbrushes are too abrasive. Now with Quip, it's very nice. They got little rubbery bristles. It feels real nice in your mouth and your gullet. Built-in 2-minute timer pulses every 30 seconds to remind you when to switch sides, and that is helpful because you can go mindless on it. You're not timing anything. And then, because about 90% of us don't brush for a full 2 minutes, there's a multi-use cover that can work as a stand. It mounts to mirrors. Oh, I did the mount to mirror
The
thing.
mirror
that
mount
is
on
fun.
is life
That's
changing.
Very
really
fun.
It's
Yeah.
very fun.
changing.
And the brush heads are automatically delivered, so you don't have to worry about it. When you start looking at it, you go, maybe you're going to already have one in your mailbox ready to go, because 75% of us use old, worn-out bristles that are ineffective.
true.
And why are we doing that? We're not gross. Why are we all gross? We're being too gross together. Quip is one of the first electronic toothbrushes accepted by the American Dental Association.
What?
Yeah, they're backed by over 25,000 dental professionals.
That's a lot of professionals.
Yeah, and they have thousands of verified 5-star reviews. And they have a kids brush if you've got any kids. Hayden, do you like toothbrushes?
Yeah.
That's
There
what I'm
she
talking
is.
about. The new brush is the
There
same as
she
our
is.
original version, just tweaked for sized down mouths. That's you, Hayden. You have a
Sized
sized down
down
mouth.
mouth.
Kids are inspired to brush better and more often with oral care that looks and feels like the products the adults in their life use. That's very probably true. Instead of
Do
one
what
that
I
has
do,
like a dumb...
not what I say.
Yeah.
What?
It's like a sleek look that makes you feel cool. Anyway, here's why you're going to want to sign up for Quip. It's a wonderful product, and it'll make your mouth better. And I love mine very much. I love the look of it, and it feels cool to have. It looks like it feels high quality. It feels sturdy. And that's why I love Quip and why I'm taking it to actually wherever I go. I throw it in my bag, and it's super easy. Quip starts at just $25, and if you want, you can go to getquip.com/valley right now, and you can get your first refill pack for free. That's your first refill pack for free at getquip.com/valley, and go do that. It helps us and it'll help you, and you won't be so stank breath all the time, and that's
Yeah,
good.
don't be
for you.
stank breath.
But Lee, even if you are stank breath, it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of a head start and a little bit of a things situated in your. I don't know what you're reading.
Look, okay, I know what I'm reading. As most of us have found out the hard way, getting into debt is easy. It's incredibly easy. Getting out of debt is
Very good at it.
hard.
That's true.
Especially if your FICO score is not great. Thankfully, now there's Upstart.com, the revolutionary lending platform that knows you're more than just your credit score, which is very true.
You're
It's
a
hard
human
to
being and
be
you're
told
beautiful.
that, and offers you smart interest rates to help you pay off high-interest credit card debt. Upstart goes beyond the traditional FICO score when assessing your creditworthiness. They actually reward you based on your education and job history in the form
Oh.
of smarter interest rates. Upstart believes that you're more than just your credit score. They believe in you, and they understand that. They make it fast, simple, and easy to check your rate in just a few minutes without affecting your credit score, which is a big deal because sometimes that can ding you pretty hard. The best
Which is
part,
so weird and
such
stupid,
a weird,
by the way.
stupid.
Anyways.
Everything in the credit score world is exhausting. But the best part of them is once the loan is approved, most people get their funds the very next business day, the next day. So over 200,000 people have used Upstart to pay off credit card debts, student loans, fund their wedding, or just to make a large purchase. Free yourself from the burden of high interest credit card debt by consolidating everything into one monthly payment with Upstart. See, Upstart is ranked number 1 in their category with 300 businesses on Trustpilot, and hurry to upstart.com/Valleycast to find out how long your Upstart,
How low?
how low, not how long, how low your Upstart rate is. So just go and hurry to upstart.com/Valleycast to find out how low your Upstart rate is. Checking your rate only takes a few minutes and it won't affect your credit. That's the big deal.
That's cool.
That's upstart.com/Valleycast.
Yeah, I think they do what's called a soft check, where it doesn't
Ooh,
affect
a
your.
soft
It's
check.
real cool.
A
And
delicate check.
My name
Yeah.
is Soft
Also,
Check.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna check my FICO score, and I was all nervous about it, and it turns out I have a perfect 100. And that's
Wow, that's so.
That's
I
nice.
don't know if that's a good one.
What?
What?
Elliot, what you got? What's your top?
There he is. Hold on, let's find it.
So
That sounded really good.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
very
look,
nice.
he held the tone.
That's
He
the
held the
thing.
note.
It's a talent that
He doesn't
I
normally
hold
sing,
in.
but
I
we
kind
don't
of
know.
pretend
It's
to
on
be
the
self-conscious
weekends.
about
He
it.
is
Just
a
drop it some more.
crooner.
Yeah. I mean, there's not. I'm reading a book. There's a few things I can just throw out something.
Yeah,
If
just
you
throw out
find something
something.
interesting, you can. I don't think
you-
anything is a standalone worthy podcast subject, but here's a few things.
Okay.
I'm reading a book right now, or I'm listening to a book right now
Good
called
for you.
Love's Executioner by Irvin D. Yalom. It's very fun and very enjoyable. It's a series
Is
of.
it sexy?
It's pretty sexy.
Fiction
yeah.
or not?
It's fictionalized sessions with a psychotherapist and different versions of patients that come in.
So very sexy.
So
Very
this was how
sexy.
this guy got around the whole like don't talk about my
Yeah,
patients.
he makes
Oh,
it very
got it,
anonymous.
got it,
Yeah,
okay.
he fictionalizes it to the point that you don't really know who it is, but they're all
Let's call
true.
her
It's
Blurred.
non-fiction.
Yeah.
This isn't Jack. This is Jake.
Cake. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And I'm doing that because I have a longer commute. Grace and I are officially moving in together, which is very
I feel
exciting.
like that's
Congratulations.
A bigger
It's
talk.
very big, very nerve-wracking, probably why I'm
That feels
hesitating
like a
to talk
bigger-
about it.
Why don't you talk about your favorite pizza toppings
yeah.
while you're talking about moving in with your girlfriend?
Right. So as a result of that, I have a longer commute now, but then also as a result of that, we're like kind of going through and just kind of reorganizing stuff and making it feel like a more joint
Like a home.
base effort. Yeah.
house.
And part of that is we're going room by room, and we just finished the room which is the basically workout room basically. And so I've started working
Sex.
out.
The bedroom.
Yeah.
And the what?
Nothing.
We're not.
Hayden's here.
We haven't
For
done.
the love of God.
We're not.
Waiting.
She's
Good.
11.
Joe just.
Hayden's
Proud of me.
waiting.
You're waiting. That's good.
You're waiting.
That's really good, man.
That's
Proud
good
of
for
you.
you.
Works every time. Yeah, so that's all very fun. But then I'm doing this workout program that I like overshot my abilities on, and now I'm just in pain 24/7.
Yeah, there's one of
and
my
it's very
favorite
nice.
memes ever is Tony, what's his name, from P90X.
Tony Horton,
and it's just
yeah.
like, yeah, I've never done an ounce of exercise in my life. Let's do what the Navy SEAls do.
That's Nate
Like,
Bargatze.
that's-
It's a Nate Bargatze.
Is it
joke,
Nate? That's
yeah.
okay. Thank you. It's Nate Bargatze.
You did the
But it
thing where
is-
you're like you reminded your body that it exists,
And it's
your
angry.
body is like, I don't want to exist.
Well, and
feel
it's it's very humbling, and it's very like we
I like
have
humbling
the
as a
rules.
word.
It's a word.
I mean, but I like it as like it encompasses every feeling of that,
Yeah.
of like how humbling it is.
we keep we keep the doors shut because I'm like, you can't see how bad this goes, and I'm just playing these videos of like it's called. I'm not even gonna say what it's called. It's
Yeah.
very funny, the one that, because it's also those workout programs all have them in tap. They're all like,
they all do.
we're gonna get your and I'm like,
I just want.
I
to be
want
able
to
breathe.
yeah, I want to be able to pretend that I'm not affected by it, but halfway in I'm like, yeah, man, I'm gonna get it. And like it's
Your
still
testosterone's kicking
Does
in,
it
the
get it for you?
endorphins.
and it's just like your brain. It's really good and very like
your high school football
nice.
player's coming out.
Which is
Very
he's-
deep.
It looks like Voldemort when he's a fetus.
Yeah. My high school football player did not make that team.
He's the water guy just on the sideline.
That's exactly what he looks like. He looks like a fetus Voldemort.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's everything.
I'm
that's
glad that
going
you're
on.
not approaching that with the cynical part, because whenever I do workout tapes and they start high-fiving, I get legitimately pissed. I'm just like, that is enough. Like, it's
Yeah.
just like, I'm going to get this out of you. And you're just like, go fuck, you don't know who I am.
I mean,
You'll
we'll
never
see.
know who I am.
We'll see. That might be coming. But
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a generalized
I do love
update on my
humbling.
existence.
That is the most
It's
honest
very
word about
humbling.
it, because you're just like, they're like, do a push-up, and you're like, I'm on
Well,
my
I
arms
was
right now.
I worked out for like a real long time in
Yeah.
2018, and I got real happy with my progress and everything. And then Grace and I started dating, and then it became like we're just hanging out all the time.
Yeah, that's how that works.
And then there was nowhere to go, nowhere to work out. And then now getting to redo it, it's like all that progress gets lost, and that's frustrating and humbling, as I would say. But yeah, it's all fun and good.
I'm gonna make you feel a little bit better about having old man body.
But
and
you always
thinking-
look good, Joe.
Well, that's not about.
You guys,
Thank you.
It's not time to kiss.
Thank you. Hayden just started cheer.
You always look good, Hayden.
God,
Hayden, your body's
Hayden.
hurting right now, huh? You said you were
Really?
sore.
Yeah, 'cause she's, like, doing
using
the-
muscles you don't use on
She's
a daily
also
basis.
said the other day that she
Daily.
did 400 sit-ups of her own volition. I was like, what is with
400?
this kid?
Oh, we have a
Why?
fun thing. What are we doing with our push-ups right now?
Every day you do 5 more, like
What are we up to?
Wow.
45.
My
no,
dad-
50.
Today's 50.
Yeah,
You
we're
know
doing
what?
things
This
together.
is a great thing to do, and that's
Yeah.
very sweet. My dad would literally be like, "Don't worry, down the street is they're not out of cookie dough ice cream."
Yeah.
We're gonna
That
take
was-
another bite
That was
daily.
ours.
So
Yeah,
now we're up to 50 bites.
that would be 100% my father.
You know, with these programs, they'll be like, write it down so you can track your whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'm going to write it down. And it's just, I'm writing down such sad numbers. But then it has like a note section, and I'm just putting like, nope. Or I'll put bad, or third set, did not happen.
Did not happen.
This is
No.
okay. This is fun. I like this. So in working out, whether it's running or weightlifting, cardio or whatever, what is your least favorite exercise that you're forced to do,
Oh,
and
yeah.
what's your
Oh,
favorite?
that's great.
There is, my favorite is most of the, I do enjoy the weight stuff. I actually
But
do
which
enjoy
exercise?
Of the weights?
yeah.
Pretty much all the chest stuff. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You like
and
pumping,
pull-ups.
getting
I like,
that pump.
I like pull-ups.
Pull-ups
Sure.
can be the most rewarding and also the most humbling.
So pull-ups are today, and I think I'm gonna have another humbling experience.
Yeah.
I think I'm shooting for one.
Yeah.
Good
like
for
that's
you.
yeah. But the chin-ups I can do. That those are real fun. But this is like the
actual.
Anyway,
There is
yeah.
something
the
inherently
least favorite.
squats.
Inherently what?
Oh, that's there's just something inherently horribly painful when you realize that you can't lift your own
Oh
body.
yes, no,
That's why
it's-
pull-ups suck.
Everyone
because
knows
it's
the
also
scene
like,
where
I'll
you're-
die.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Right.
Because I even
Like,
like
don't
when they're
trip.
Like, let's try. It's like no, let me go.
Yeah,
Let
I'm
me
gone.
go. Fully, just let me go. I'll take you down with me. I know I
I'm not
will.
gonna let you go. Let me
Yeah,
go, Stallone.
please.
I'm not gonna let you go.
Yep.
You're
Please.
not getting me back up on that
Don't
rope.
def-
I'm not letting you go.
No,
Like
I'm
it's also
telling you.
like I'm letting you know
Ugh.
I am fully going to be. I will be like, blah.
It's
Like
such a-
I'm not gonna. I'm not engaging anything. So you will be deadlifting me
I
on
ordered-
that rock.
I got one of the ones that like is a standalone pull-up thing, not the one that goes in the door.
Oh,
frame.
okay.
And so it's like a jungle gym, and I'll hang on, and then I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to do it, and I didn't even try to do it because like, I'll wait till the program tells me to do it. There's no reason to do any work now. But the feeling of
You
like
don't want to
having
get ahead of the program.
this
Yeah, I'm not an idiot.
this feeling with your arms just like,
yeah.
it's the most powerless feeling. So I hope
It
I
is.
stick with it.
It is fully that. That being said, I think my legs could, if I was like hanging from that, I think I could leg up. If there was like a fully just leg
Oh,
up,
yeah.
like that's where all my strength lies is legs. I could.
Oh my god, that's
I
what
could-
leg day was yesterday, and I got out of bed last night, and I was like, oh my.
Oh,
That you'll feel leg day for 5
Fuck
days.
that.
I
Yeah.
almost literally fell over after I stood up. I stood up and I was like, I might actually just fall directly to the ground right now.
Getting in the booties.
Earlier, we had an apocalypse happen. Kate and I were the only ones in the office, and there was helicopters flying all about, which happens more often than it
It's like the
anywhere.
second time in less than a week.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
real.
and I
It's
was
real
like,
deal.
well, let's go figure it out. And then I realized Kate was behind me, and I was going down the stairs like, just kidding.
Kait, why don't you you kick on
I was
ahead.
like trying to make small talk with Kate, and I was like, just gonna see what this ruckus is, huh?
The first leg day back is always the worst.
Yeah, I
awful.
hope. That's good to hear, because
Yeah.
I'm afraid tomorrow's gonna be worse, and I'm never gonna be happy again.
Oh man, you can't walk for days. That lactic acid is just a reservoir in your
You're gonna have
freaking
to
body.
get some bananas, man.
Oh, is that what it is?
yeah,
Lactic
bananas.
acid?
Yeah, bananas help a lot with that.
It's bananas inside.
It's bananas.
I got so
Oh,
many
your bananas are sore. That's what it is.
So funny.
Oh, I do love that like beautiful thing, but I really hate, because I remember texting Jared Sleeper when we were doing that workout program and being like, I mean, I was a month in and doing it every single day, and I was like, when is this supposed to kick into an endorphin? Because he kept being like, Lee, you'll love
You'll
it
get
for
there.
your
You'll love
energy,
it.
for your this, and I literally was just like, when is this gonna happen? Because you're a full of shit
Yeah.
liar, and he was just like, no, I promise, and it never did.
I think
never
it's
worked for me.
I think it's true. When I'm actually on a routine and you get through like that first week barrier and you're on that, like it helps your happiness
Yeah.
because your body's so connected to your mind. I mean, it's the same thing. And when you're treating one good, the other is going to also boost up.
Yeah, the only reason I did it is because I was like, oh, I'm depressed existentially about being just aloof and aimless, and I was like, this is just building.
It's
the
literally,
structure
that's
that
my
can
my
allow
brother did that.
my
I
brain.
think that's what he
Yeah.
like started doing, because he was
gives
just
you-
like, this is what it is.
It gives you a personal, attainable goal on a
Yeah.
daily basis, but also lets you long-term plan. I mean,
Just on a biochemical level too. Your
yeah, that's what I'm
brain's
saying.
functioning better. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
my wife has been in the hospital for the last month, and my routine has been gone. I haven't been able to work out because of that, because I'm taking care of the kids and my work kids and everything. And
Do you want to talk about that? Because that's going to pique people's interest, but you don't have to obviously talk about what you want to talk about.
I mean, I don't. Oh God, we're so far into it that it would take longer. My wife is going through some health problems. We're getting through it. There's a lot. I'll do specifics on another one.
Okay.
Okay.
Not to avoid it. It's just we're so deep into this. It's hard, right, Hayden?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sucks. But Hayden's being strong. Jackson's being strong. You guys have been very helpful.
You two are being strong.
It's a
You
night-
are also
but
being
it's a
strong, Joe.
it's a nightmare.
Heather is too also.
Yes.
It's a freaking nightmare. But to go back to what we're saying is
If you could not swear again, that'd be great.
Yeah.
fuck. Jeez, goddamn.
Kate, I'm so sorry.
Hayden's head just explodes. Also, my daughter's head exploded. It's been a real tough time. But I've been out of the routine, and
Yeah.
I think as hard as everything's been, that adds to a depressive state.
Yeah.
But then to also rob my body of that feeling and that routine, which again robs the mind of furthermore, it makes it even harder. So then the strength of the mind has to be like, you got to exercise that way more. Headspace, trying to meditate, trying to
Fish oils.
do therapy.
Fish oils is a good one.
Missing therapy appointments and then just getting on the phone. I've had 2 therapy appointments in the car driving to the hospital with the kids in the car. So I'm just on speaker with the kids talking to the therapist.
It's real.
And that inevitably just turns to, how are you guys handling it? And Hayden got bombarded by her first 2 therapy appointments out of nowhere. She just
She's like,
started
"Oh,
asking
okay."
her pretty like deep questions about her feelings. And Hayden's just like, what are feelings?
Like,
Yeah.
please don't make me do this. I'm going into the 7th grade.
Yeah. So anyway, squats suck.
Squats.
Squats
No,
are my
they
least. That was
don't.
what
That's
I was
my
gonna
least
say.
too.
No,
Yeah,
You
they're
like
bad.
squats?
You like squats?
mind them.
I'm talking about them with weights though.
Yeah, you got to
It's
get in.
different. I like a good
one
leg
that you
press.
hate then, Hayden? What's
Leg
one
press
that you
is
like
cool.
don't want to do? Like in cheer, what is something that they're like, go do this, and you're like, ugh.
You just said it, the Star Jacks.
Yeah.
What's a star jack? Jumping jacks with a
no,
star?
you're like jumping, but going like that for like a
Oh,
minute.
that's awful. That
It's
feels
like
like
a jumping
nightmare.
jacks, but you do like a big star movement.
Is that like a pas de bourrée? Like in dance, it's like a pas de bourrée. Pas de bourrée. Like,
No.
You're just doing,
Mm-mm.
like you're just doing. We did that for like a minute, but then she kept making us do it because she said we were doing it wrong.
My least favorite is the squat where you put one of your foot.
Yes.
goes
The lunge?
behind
Hell
the
yeah,
lunge.
it is, right?
The
Lunge.
foot goes
That's
on
the
the
worst
bench,
one.
and then you
Oh,
have
you
to
just
yeah.
do a
you
deep
lean
one.
down. Yeah, that because
Yeah.
that's also a balance one. And when I lose balance and I can't do it, then I get
feel-
ragey.
Yeah.
It feels like you're in an F5.
Yes.
When Steve and I did this, and it was a very
Finger of
funny
God.
thing. I always go with based off of that one because that was, I feel like, the only time I did things right. Because I swear to God, there's a Brian Regan episode where a stand-up special where he talks about like how he's really bad at the gym, how he just like goes and gets
Brian
into
Regan's
things,
so
and he just
funny.
like flails around, and they're like, "Sir, get out of the painter scaffolding," because he's just messing around with stuff. But that's how I always feel at the gym. But when we had that personal trainer, we told her at the very beginning we were going to say horrendous, awful things to her. And she was like, bring it on. Like, she genuinely was like, bring it on. For the love of God, I don't think you'll be able to faze me. And we didn't. That girl was amazing. But there were
That's
things
good.
like that we we'd like get frustrated and we'd be like, I'm gonna kick your teeth in, you dumb bitch. And she'd be like, okay, great. If you can lift your leg, go ahead and do it.
I'm gonna watch your family die
Yeah.
as you cry.
She'd be like, you're gonna crawl there, bitch. And you'd be like, okay. She was great for that reason because she was such a good sport and such a good sense of humor. She's a weightlifter now, winning awards.
Yeah, Nate Bargatze.
I have also not continued.
Nate Bargatze also has the other bit in addition to the I've never worked out a day in my life. Guess I'll do what the Navy SEALs do.
Yeah.
But he has another thing where he's like, I started looking at the before pictures. Now I wanted to just look like with the before pictures. And I was like, damn, that's right. That's actually very true too.
Very accurate.
You go to the before and after, and you're like, wow, what a change. You're like, wait a minute, that before isn't even remotely where I'm at. I have to work my ass off to get to the before.
Get to the before, exactly.
Anyway, that's.
Okay. Yeah, let's round up.
That's a very nice summary, Joe. Everyone loves you, and we
Thanks,
wish you the
man.
best. And I'm sorry that you're going through this, as you know.
Oh yeah, I'll talk about the journey probably on the next one because it's a doozy.
You're in
It's a
this
doozy.
the thick
That'll
of it
have
right
to
now.
be it. That'll have to be
Yeah.
the this is that episode.
I'll end this with a slightly lighter thing. Yesterday I posted a dumb rap that I made.
Yes, I liked it. I
about
was singing it all night, and it was frustrating.
about my carpet, but it's become a very interesting test case scenario. I put it on all the different platforms
saw yours,
just
yeah.
to see how things work
Smart.
these days. So I put it on my personal YouTube channel, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram.
TikTok.
On YouTube, nothing. This thing got like 2,000 views, nothing. Like 40, 50K on TikTok, and then like 40K on Instagram. So that's kind of the barometers. But on Twitter, it friggin' blew up. It's got 681,000 views right now in like less than 24 hours. Or
40,000 likes and 10,000 retweets.
Yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
doing well, and I didn't expect it. I was gonna give it to you guys and be like, "Do we want to put this on the Valleyfolk?" And then I didn't even do that because I was like, "Why?" And then I posted it, and now it's doing well. Anyways, I wanted to play it because I'm proud of it. So
And then wait, what did it do on TikTok?
it's like at 50K or something like that.
Jessica Negri said nice things.
Yeah,
Gavin
people-
Free said nice things.
Yeah, people like it. But anyways, here's my
Zach
rap
Taylor.
about a carpet that I thought looked like it had patterns of penises and stars.
Wow, good for you.
What do we got here? Wangs and stars, I got these wangs and stars. My hotel carpet's got these wangs and stars. You got those wangs and stars, I got these wangs and bars. Celestial testicles from here to Mars. It don't make no
I like when people
difference. My
can't
plasma
see it
is
and they just
splendiferent.
hear
A phallic fusion work of art,
rapping
a
about
multi-dangle
wieners so
cystia.
much.
A twinkle twinkie galaxy, a deep and endless galaxy. Two tight satellites orbit pulled in by big dick gravity. Dwarf and supernovas, the spread is so defiant.
You know what we should
Massively,
do?
the package be a fleshy supergiant.
We should
Wangs
do
and
rap
stars, I
battles.
got these wangs and stars. My hotel carpet's got these wangs and stars. Close your eyes and make a wish on shooting stars of cosmicality. Dreamy, creamy dish of genitalic hospitality. Men are from Mars and lovely ladies be from Venus. This carpet's got stars and it's also got a penis. When you done, you got these wings and stars. I said my hotel carpet's got these wangs and stars.
It's really beautiful work.
And I am a father that played that in front of my daughter. Thank you for listening to the Valleycast.
Very good, Joe. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Hayden. Hayden, where can people follow you? Just kidding.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Do not follow her.